What is up, folks? Welcome back to another live stream repair. Yes, we've got, as always, a bunch of stuff to fix here. Let's see, who's first? Number 379. We'll go ahead and find them and let them know. 379. Mike, I'm gonna keep forgetting you because we got too much here now at the moment. I am so sorry. Let's see. Oh. Okay, 379 has been notified. Let's find number 386. And after that, we've got a brick. We've got Steven with 2 HomePods, both with no power. We've got Thomas with the brick. William with no power. An anonymous, no power. An anonymous brick. Oh, did you actually PayPal me $1? Let's see. William, we'll make a new line after William. 308. And then we've got an anonymous no power. And someone named SL with no power. Another anonymous no power. Another anonymous no power. And Chris, no power. Okay. Oh. Before we get started on HomePods, there is one more thing we need to do here. Let's go ahead and finish Brian's MacBook here. He's been waiting for it. Okay. I have already, let's see if you guys remember this MacBook from a few days ago. It was sent in to us needing new speakers. So we got the speakers replaced, easy peasy. But we noticed that it was quite dirty inside and the batteries are bulging. They are bulging quite a bit. So we suggested that they get that replaced, and I went ahead and cleaned this out. I don't know if you all remember how nasty this was. Not even gross, just really dusty, as computers tend to get. But we got that cleaned up really nicely, and I don't know if you remember what the screen looked like either, but you look at that. That cleaned up really nicely, if you ask me. Now, not perfect, but it is absolutely usable again, and a night and day difference from what it was before. And I think, unless they're trying to go for a perfect MacBook here for a museum, that will serve them just fine. So let's get this battery replaced really quick. We'll go ahead and use their tools because I'm feeling a little lucky with them. And our connector for the battery is right over here. I remember that. Let's see. We'll go ahead and use our replacement battery to see where the screws we need to take out are. There's one here. Is it just the one? Is it just the one and all the adhesive holding it in? Or did they, have they graced us with an easier battery removal? And we don't need to keep the old one nice, thankfully. This is leading us down a path where we might need to break out some alcohol here. We'll see. I'm gonna open up the screen. Oh, do I need to? I don't think I need to take the speakers out. Stefan, what is up? What is up? Welcome. I might need to take these speakers back out. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. Well, it's only a couple of screws, no big deal. There we go. And that looks like that gives us a way better access there too. That's one of them. There's another one. Get these out of here. Oh, almost there. Oh, you're gonna send that that bricked one into me, eh? Alright, now do we have to worry about... Nope, that cable goes underneath. That's cool. Almost got it. All right. Old battery. Discarded. That really wasn't that difficult. Just making sure all that rubbing alcohol dries up before we turn this on. Oh yes. And they just get harder as they get newer too. Yeah, we don't want you, if you're going to be using this, we don't want you plugging it in and charging it up and having a battery blow up on us. I mean, even if you were fixing it up just to put it back on a shelf and hang on to long term and collect, it wouldn't be a good idea to keep, I rip the batteries out of all of my stuff that I'm not going to use all the time. Okay. Give this a quick little wipe down with some alcohol. Okay. New battery. Ooh, let's go ahead and plug it in and make sure the thing even works with this computer first. Make sure there is nothing funny going on here and we're safe to try this out. Fan spin, speakers, stereo sound, display. Doxed. Nah, Brian's cool. Brian's alright. Brian doesn't care. He doesn't mind. If he minded, he wouldn't be here with us in the chat with his name. And, well, here we go. Let's shut this back down. Let's get this unplugged. Let's get this glued down. Ooh, this is the fun part. right. Looking good. Oh, my rubbing alcohol. It's convenient for that to have all spilled into my little tray here. The grand peel. Yes. Oh yes, of course, Brian. Thanks for dropping by. Glad you could catch it. You have a bricked HomePod. It's in good. Is it good that when it's on its side, it's recognized in recovery mode, and when upside down, it's in DFU mode? Yes. Upside, right side up, or upside down, it should be booted or recovery mode. That's good. That means that there's a good chance that it's just a software issue and you can restore it. Alright, and they were missing some of their screws for the case, the bottom case, so that is all good for Brian there, finally. A little bit of an unexpected battery replacement, excuse me, that his MacBook needed, but it needed to be done. Alright. And now, let's move on to some HomePods here. Sorry for that, Mr. or Mrs. 379. We had to take care of that really quick. Let's see what's going on here.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Oh yeah.
For more info, Check the home app.
No, that is definitely lacking lots of bass there. Cheers. Let's get all our stuff reorganized here so we can rock through these. Okay, let's dig in. What have we got going on here? Will we have a blown bass speaker from too much DC offset because the filters love to go bad? Or do we have a random short somewhere on the amp? Or do we have a totally blown main amp chip? It's anyone's game until we get it apart here. At least until we can look at the subwoofer speaker. Alright, I don't feel anything wrong or see anything wrong on the outside. I have a feeling we're going to have a random amp issue here and the subwoofer speaker is going to be just fine. Squeaky. Very squeaky. Subwoofer's just fine. What'll we have? What'll it be here? Everything on the top side looks fine. I have a feeling we might get lucky with a quick and easy short on the back side of the amp there. Alright. Yeah, nothing obvious around our main bass amp. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh. I see it. I see our problem. This MOSFET down here is missing some stuff. Looks like it got a little hot. Is anything else shorted out around it, or is it just that MOSFET? Oh, yep. We lost our 0.1 microfarad cap. That shows dead too, so let's go ahead and replace both of these MOSFETs, I suppose, and see if that brings things back. And let's see. Here's one, there's the other. I've got some of that. Where's my nods on? There we go. That should be our way. My precious MOSFET. is it gone? Oh, I found it. Okay, I have gathered a 0.1 microfarad cap since we know that's dead, and I've grabbed one of each of these MOSFETs. I have new ones of these ones, but I don't have new ones of these ones, so I've pulled this one from another board. I'm going to replace just the bottom one first and see if that fixes our issue. If it does, then huzzah. We won't bother replacing the other one. Okay. The question is our short gone? How did I even know to replace that MOSFET with just that shorted capacitor? Well, I have seen this multiple times before, and usually one of those two MOSFETs have gone bad with that capacitor short. So let's see if the main short is gone. And it appears, oh Jesus, it appears so. We no longer have a short across our 0.1 microfarad cap. We do still see a short across this guy. So chances are, I feel like, excuse me, we're going to need to replace that other MOSFET too. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Other MOSFET is now replaced. We've got both those MOSFETs replaced. We've got a new 0.1 microfarad cap. Is that short on the little cap gone? I know that the little cap itself isn't usually shorted out. It just usually shows that. Nope, our short is gone. Beautiful. So I would believe that our base is going to be working again. Let's do a little bit of maintenance before we put this together and test it out. We're going to replace these 4 filters over here. They have nothing to do with this particular base failure, but these do go bad naturally over time. Even sitting on the shelf unused, they have like a year shelf life before they derate out of spec enough. So we like to replace these as part of any other repair. Anytime a HomePod's apart and its amp board is in front of us, it's going to get new filters. So we'll do that so this doesn't have death farts down the road anytime soon. You know, we can't permanently prevent them, like I said. These are all going to go bad over time and need replaced, but we'll try to put that off as far back as possible with some high quality replacements. Beautiful. Last but not least, as part of all maintenance and checks we do in these, we have a 36K dated Schottky diode, so we need not worry about that one going bad and causing no power, the other most common issue with these things. So I believe we can put this together, and I have a... do we want to risk it and try putting it all the way together and finding out if it works? No. I don't feel like that this time. We'll go ahead and see if it works with it halfway together before we potentially spend all that time having to tear it back apart and being totally wrong here. I'm going to plug in my test woofer over here just because I've got a longer lead on it. Makes testing this stuff halfway together a lot easier. Alright, let's see if we've gotten our base back. What do you folks think? Do you have faith in me? Do you trust me? It's got to think about the Wi-Fi connection before it says anything.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Let's go! We've got our base back!
Okay. Sorry, I had to... You have to get excited every once in a while. Especially this past week has just been totally, absolutely rough. Board repair after board repair that someone else has tried that... I mean, I don't mean to be hard on any of you folks if you're one of those people that sent in a board repair attempt that you messed up, but man, sometimes those are tough when it's just board after board that we can't fix because there's just too much going on. We can't figure it out. If we were sitting in front of the person that had been working on it and seen everything they had done, we very well would have a much better chance, but I'm a goofball. I'm dangerous, and I like to take on whatever HomePod related people want to send us. We'll take on any, like the other random stuff like Steam Decks, MacBooks, controllers, whatever people want to send us. I think somebody's going to be sending us in a couple of access points that need a few chips replaced on them. We're looking for stuff that people can't really find anyone else to fix. And or you just want to see it fixed in front of you like we do with our HomePods. But anyways. It's nice to come across one of these that's both not the usual repair, but also easily fixable. Mike, welcome back. We had an interesting, well, it's not too interesting here, but we had 2 MOSFETs dead, causing no base on this one. So we got that all sorted out. We're just getting it back together now. But we're still in this is the first HomePod for the stream so far that we've been in, so you haven't really missed much yet. If you're gonna send the blinky black one in for repair, do you want me to, because I'm gonna spend time tonight rebuilding your amp. If I can get it fixed, do you want me to wait to ship them both back, or do you want me to ship the white one back now and play it that way? You lost your blinky boy? What do you mean? Like you can't find him around the house, or your tracking number isn't working? How do you lose it? Oh, okay. I've lost plenty of HomePods around my house. I've even lost HomePods in my car. Like, I'll bring someone's HomePod packed and ready to ship with me, but they haven't paid for the repair yet, so I'm just waiting for the moment they pay for the repair, and I'll drop it off. And sometimes it was a local drop off a few weeks ago, and it took them a few extra days to get back to us and pay for it. And in that time, I had packed their HomePod and put it in the back of my car, ready to slap a label on it if they paid. And I got a flat tire in my car. so I haven't been driving it the past few weeks because new tires for the thing are going to be real expensive. And I get an email from the guy. He's like, "Hey, did you ship my HomePod out yet?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm looking around my house for it. I can't find it." But I had just left it in my car when I got the flat. Never brought it back in. Oops. I even ended up like putting it. I ended up refurbishing another HomePod and sending it out to them because I couldn't find where their freaking HomePod was. Like I had spent like a couple of days looking for it before I conceded and figured I might have sent someone an extra HomePod on accident. And I refurbished and sent them another one. And then when I get back home, I got back home that day after dropping off their refurbished one, the replacement, because I thought I lost their original. And I find it in my car. I'm like, oh, I need to go grab something that I left in my car when I last drove it. Jeez. If someone dies before paying, can you have their pod? No, unfortunately you can't. The pod becomes the people's. It gets taken apart and its parts get used for other people's repairs and sold off, and I usually try to make the best of it, keep my karma good and give people discounts on stuff like that. But haven't had anyone die on me anytime recently. There was only ever one person that's ever ghosted me on a repair, and by that I mean they paid to have their HomePods shipped in, 2 of them, and they paid for, or they wanted to pay for both of them to get fixed and one of them to get colored. So I fixed them both up on stream. I colored them up and I sent them the pictures of the results, and then just ghosted. And it's been over 2 years now. I've tried emailing them, I've tried texting them, haven't heard from them. And I hope they're all right and they just didn't want to pay for the repairs and decided to let me keep them. And they just feel awkward about how to approach me back with it. Should you try the commands on Mac and the other on Linux? It's taking too long to install the require. I would just wait. There's no point in rushing anything. A few extra minutes of your time isn't gonna hurt anything if it's gonna give you a better shot at it. I don't know how other people have gotten it working on Windows and Linux. I have personally only gotten it working and seen it working on my Mac. So, that's what I would recommend, of course, is what I've had working for me, which is take your time and get your Mac set up working. At the same time, there's absolutely no harm in trying it from any of your other machines that are already set up. It's already bricked. You're not gonna hurt anything, so long as your adapter is sufficient and not all goofed up. We've had people try to make their own adapters and end up shorting the data lines to 5 volts. Totally cool stuff. And it hurts all the more when it was probably just a software issue and they end up messing up the adapter, trying to make one themselves instead of just buying one from us. Not that I hate making and selling those things, but I'm very happy to do it if it means preventing people from frying their HomePods trying to make their own.
I'm having trouble connecting.
You started installing like 5 hours ago? That sounds a little wrong.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Sounds like something's kind of goofy there. Well, we've got 379's base back. All fine and dandy. So let's move on to the next one. We've got no power over here. Number 386. I believe I've already messaged them. Yep, I've got them highlighted here. So let's message number 372 since they're coming up here. Let's see. 376 or 386. Excuse me. 386 with no power. Have I eaten? I've eaten a little bit today. I haven't had a full meal. I've been bad. You got me there. But I've been consuming a few calories to make sure I try to keep myself going here. At least until dinner time. Dinner is when I feast. Okay. Let's see, no lights, no power, no nothing. Couple of watts from the wall that indicate a dead diode for that much power getting pulled. Let's dig in. Here we go. Whataburger? I don't know. If you're bringing me burgers, I'd rather get a bag of Dick's. Dick's has some of the best little greaseball burgers, man. Oh, and let me tell you, nothing is quite like a dinner of Dick's. And it's such a great deal too. Even in today's day and age with everything priced the way it is, you can really stack up there. You can really, $20 can get you a lot of Dick's. I tend to get 3 cheeseburgers, 3 regular hamburgers, 2 fries, and a chocolate shake. And then I give a few bites of one of my burgers to my kid, but I tend to try to get her own food so I don't have to share any of mine. Oh, if any of you folks haven't had any of Dick's Burgers, next time you're in Seattle, you gotta try it. It's just one of those classic greaseball hole-in-the-wall hamburger joints. No drive-through, it's just a walk-up. They've got like 5 things and that's it. But it's fast, cheap, and great tasting. And you get to make funny jokes with the name. Oh, I don't know what's been, I don't know what Red Robin has been doing recently, but they have just been absolutely slapping their burgers together with some pure magic. I'm talking, I can taste the butter on the bun. It all. We had Red Robin for dinner last night. I'm thinking about it again, but I just, I gotta eat better. And, I believe wife has some good chicken dinner planned for tonight. I don't actually know what we're having yet. I just know that the main protein is going to be chicken. Now I'm hungry. Yeah, no, I'm bass speaker looks good. Alright, we are in. Let's get up close. Let's get those filters replaced, and then we'll flip it around and get that dead diode causing their power problem. Did I make a bridge there? I did. Not anymore. Alright, we're clear. And what have we got for a date code on our diode? 48K, there it is. Joseph, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. If you've got a bricked HomePod, then yeah, yours is probably the one up next there. I believe I had you down for an anonymous repair stream, but if you don't mind people knowing your YouTube channel, then there you go. No big deal. Just don't mind Mike in the chat there. He'll probably offer you $5 for your HomePod. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I have a proposition. He'll even pay for your repair, too. Ooh, $6. I've been had. Inflation's real, man. Mike offers $6 for HomePods instead of 5 now. If you don't think inflation's real, I don't know what'll convince you. Does YouTube allow VODs from streams? A review on your repair experience. Oh. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from using any third-party tool to download one of our streams, and we don't take any of our repair streams down after the fact. We leave them all up. Unless there's anything we accidentally... Like if we accidentally reveal someone's private info, I'll private the stream until I edit it and put it back up public. But anybody with the link can still access it until the edit's published. We've been pretty good recently though. Haven't had to take a public or a stream private for any slip-ups. I've been a good boy. MRA, welcome back. Glad to hear it. Of course, if anything goes wrong with it, you can always hit us back up. You've got a warranty with us. We'll take care of you. But if it made it to you and you got it set up and working fine, then chances are it survived the shipping trip and there won't be any issues. The link that I email you for your repair stream will always work, so you can always go back in the future and find our email and find your repair stream that way too. You want them? I like the melon pot idea. I think we can make it happen. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out. I have a feeling it's gonna end up being one of those super 50-50 split things where like half the people that see it are gonna really love it and half the people that see it are gonna absolutely hate it and think it's ugly. Do I resell some of them after repairs? Patrick, welcome. If you couldn't tell, pretty much every single one of these that we're fixing here on our channel, these are all mail-ins from various people around the world, mostly America. But basically most of these aren't mine, unless I wanted to pull a fast one on everyone. But I do sell refurbs. If you head to my website, nixfix.com, go to my shop, you'll see what my options are there for you. Another option is if you can buy a broken HomePod and have it shipped to me for $90 or less, then it will be cheaper than buying one of my refurbished HomePods. And it gets the same treatment, the same warranty, and all that. And obviously the cheaper below $90 you can get it, the more you'll save on getting a broken one repaired, as opposed to buying one of my refurbs. Stefan, do not trust the Finder utility. There is nothing out there that will allow you to simply click a restore button. You have to run the commands from our guide in order to restore. Finder won't do it. iTunes won't do it. Apple Configurator, Purple Restore, none of those tools will do it. You have to use our GitHub guide and the commands in there. I'm gonna let this boot up. I will be right back. I'm gonna mute my microphone. Alright, what have we got here?
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Yes, of course, of course.
I'm having trouble.
Alright. On to the next one. We've got a brick here. We've got something here with the blinkies. After that, we've got Stefan. Goodness, I'm not sure, but I do know their info here. Let's find them and let them know. All right. Do I have a group of repairers I work with to come up with repair strategies? Not really. I mean, for the first, up until recently, we've pretty much been figuring out all of this on our own. I have a Discord server, and it has been getting a little more active. People have been joining and contributing their findings and different ways to fix things and some issues that we haven't solved. But for the most part, people are pretty much asking me how to do stuff. And I would not mind at all for it to get to the point where I'm only figuring out a fraction of these things and everyone else has me beat to it. But that said, we have already figured out most of the common issues amongst these, so there's not much left to figure out yet. Anyways, let's get our fancy USB restore adapter attached here. Let's get our laptop out. And we're going to attempt a good old restore. I don't feel like screen sharing today. I'm feeling lazy. I'm gonna grab my spare power cable, not the one plugged into my kilowatt this time. I'm thinking ahead. Alright, I'm gonna pwn it. And then reset it, and then iDevice restore it. And goodness, what are we gonna have here? Let's see. It is waiting. Yes. Yes! It's gonna work. It's gonna restore. Look at that. Look at all that data. Look at all that stuff going over the wire. Perfect. Okay, well, that is progressing wonderfully. It's gonna take a few minutes, a good chunk of time. So what we're gonna do is set my laptop down to the side here and let that do its thing. I'll check on it every once in a while here. It should only take 10 to 20 minutes. But we are going to move on a little bit. We're going to do some multitasking and take a look at Steven's HomePods here. He sent in 2 of them, so they're keeping us busy. Let's go ahead and get their name up on the screen. And give it a quick sanity check here. What are our symptoms? What's our power draw? No lights, no power, 4 to 6 watts from the wall. That all looks like a dead diode to me. The usual stuff. Let's get it fixed. Oh, you know what? I think what I can do here... Oh, dang. No, I cannot. I will figure that out for another stream. I wanted to get a smaller version of my screen share put up there so we can watch the restore progress as we fix this one. But frankly, I'm just feeling a little too lazy to deal with setting that up at this moment. What's our restore progress at? We're already at 15% on number 372 there. It is progressing nicely. Let's see, did number 372 here opt for the extra hardware maintenance? Or did they say restore or no go? Nope, okay. So, they did opt for the extra hardware maintenance. Here's the plan with number 372. As with all of these bricked HomePods that take a software restore, we're going to, of course, let it finish restoring. We're going to make sure it boots up and gives us the setup. And then we will set it up and test it and let it bake in overnight to make sure that it wasn't a hardware issue that caused its blinkies. Just because it's restoring successfully with our USB adapter doesn't mean it was just a software issue. It could have very well been a hardware issue that made it this way, and it's only a matter of time before it causes it again. But what we can do is let it restore, set it up, and test it as much and best as we can overnight. In most cases, if it's a hardware issue, it will brick itself again before the morning. If it was just a software issue, we'll come in and check on it and it'll still be chugging along just fine. And we can knock out the hardware maintenance on the next stream. But I don't like to jump into hardware maintenance on these that take a software restore in the chance that it does end up needing a whole new logic board on top of it all. What are we at now? It's already at like 50%. Do I think hardware failure issue is the reason Apple discontinued the HomePod? You can't help but think it. I'm not sure, but I think it's definitely a possibility. They might have seen the writing on the wall as early on as we saw it, with all these dead diodes and death farts, and decided to pull the plug as early as they could, and or maybe even try to sweep all this under the rug and make it all go unnoticed. Put out a second gen that's slightly cheaper, hits most of people's pain points, fixes these common issues. Brings on its own issues because it is whole new hardware. But I think it's a perfectly valid theory with possibility behind it. Stefan. Go ahead and, if you're not joined in my Discord server already, join my Discord server and share your results, what errors you're running into in the HomePod channel. Myself or someone else will give you some guidance in due time. The sudo make install. Look at the troubleshooting section of the GitHub guide. And I believe you're probably running into the irecv_init error. Like undeclared function irecv. Something like that. Pretty common issue people run into trying to set things up. Any update? What do you mean, any update? Oh, someone is asking me for an update on something they paid for, but they didn't tell me that they paid for it, so you kind of have to tell me that you paid for it. As kindly requested by yours truly. I get so many messages and notifications and emails that I legitimately cannot keep track of when somebody PayPals me or Venmos me or something. In a lot of cases, I need you to tell me if you've paid for a part that you were trying to purchase from me, for me to notice, and then I'll get you a tracking number and get your stuff on the road. But I mean, I get hundreds of requests a month for these USB adapters and various HomePod parts, and only a fraction of people end up actually going through and paying for it and actually wanting to buy stuff. So it helps a lot when people tell me that they paid for something instead of emailing me a week later asking where their stuff is, assuming that I noticed. But I can't get upset at people because they don't know what's going on here. As far as they know, they paid us and they haven't heard back. What's our restore progress at for number 372? It's like 90% of the way there. It's already finished most of the hard stuff and it's just wrapping up. Do I ship back UPS or USPS? I, by default, use USPS. I usually charge a couple extra bucks if people want UPS on the way back because it usually costs more. But I give people at least the chance to pick before I ship it back out. Restore finished. I hope number 372 is still here, because we can watch this boot up and make sure that it's likely just a software issue. Let's see here. And there it is, a 46K dated dead diode inside of this HomePod here. Joseph, number 372, your HomePod is alive. It is sprung to life. We'll knock out that maintenance tomorrow, presuming it doesn't give us any issues during testing overnight. Congratulations. Oh, you stupid piece of crap. I turned my Wi-Fi off and my Bluetooth off already, specifically because it kills the camera whenever a HomePod shows its setup. And Apple still decided it was best for me to turn my Wi-Fi and Bluetooth back on. Whatever. Let's get this back together. Looks like this camera still isn't behaving. Yuck. Come on. There we go. Zach, what is up? Welcome. Welcome. Yellow on white? I don't know. I've only done 2 yellow HomePods. I know what white on. I've got a picture of the white on a yellow, but I don't have the yellow top on white. I don't have a yellow sample. These are the only ones I've got. That's orange too. We got red and orange. Alright, number 372 here, we'll put it to the side and let it test to make sure it's all good before we do that maintenance. Get on my adapter back. Okay.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the Home app. I'm having...
Beautiful. On to the next one. Well, goodness, if it isn't Steven again with another no power. After this one, we're going to be looking at Thomas, number 34. Whoa, 34? That's a low number. Let's let them know they're up next. There we go. Stefan, with another one. Let's see if it's the exact same thing here. Probably. No lights, no power. The same power draw from the wall. So there you have it. Here's what that looks like. And personally, I don't like the orange or yellow on the white. It's got a... I don't really like any colored top with the white mesh. It's got to have the colored mesh. The white tops look okay with the colored meshes, but the colored meshes don't look good with the plain top. If you ask me. crunch. The crunch. If it ain't crunching, you ain't doing it right. The sweet sounds of HomePod repair. The sweet sounds of electronic repairs. Volume 1. Track 1. Apple HomePod. Track 2. Xbox 360. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Okay, there we go. Oof. Ah, ah. Super thread locker. We got him. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. I'm getting in here. Oh, we haven't even gotten fancy yet. Hold up. Oh. Oh! That's okay. It's all for the entertainment value. Cheers, folks. Yeah. Get some of that lime in there. Now we're fixing. Lemon juice? That's kind of weird. I don't know about lemon juice. Lime juice, for sure. I've got fresh limes, but I didn't want to cut one up right now. Maybe we'll get extra fancy on our next stream and cut a lime or two. Well, here we go. Ooh, I got the hiccups. Lime is salt. Ugh. Ooh, I think you and I are two totally different people. I imagine you do you like margaritas too? Salt on my alcohol. No, thank you. But I've never actually thought of putting lemon in my Corona. That might be pretty good. I'm gonna have to try that later tonight. I said, doctor, to relieve a bellyache. I said, doctor, you put the lime in the coconut and drink it. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry for that. None of you deserved any of that. That's a pretty big blob on there. Just real quick. There we go. You do not want to use an iron on these caps because you will unevenly heat them. You will cause them to prematurely fail. It'll cause stress cracks. Ratman! Mike, the cat has joined us. You want to see the cat, Mike? Where are you? Ratman. There he is. Ratman. Yeah, you know your name now. What are you doing? I swear if you're pissing on my shit right now, I'm gonna kick your ass. Get out of here. You're pissing on my shit. Oh. You are 2 seconds from going back to the shelter. Oh, I'm pissed. What is wrong with you? You have 2 full litter boxes. You have 2 whole litter boxes. I spoil you, and you still piss on my floor. What the fuck? You just peed on a $100 AC adapter. That is for a ThinkPad W701DS. That is not any power adapter. That is a dual screen ThinkPad from 2012 that you just peed on the adapter of. Gosh. Why are cats? Why? Why? I do everything right for him. He has 2 litter boxes that I scoop twice a day, all to himself. Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're getting spayed or neutered. You're neutered. Yeah, you're getting neutered, brother. That's for sure. I still can't believe that. Here I am thinking that he's being all sweet, hanging out with us. No. He was just coming in here to make me mad. Mark his territory. Does anybody want a cat? He's 22. Excuse me 1 second. He's 22 pounds, so he eats a lot. I still can't believe him. Why would you do this to me? After all I've done for you. I took you off the streets. I saved you from a historical windstorm. I feed you. I even give you bottomless dry food. And a fancy water fountain. You get half of the whole house to yourself. 2 big litter boxes all to yourself. Scooped twice a day. We pet you. We love you. And you still do this to me. You know, if I tell my wife about this, she's gonna want to take you to the shelter. So this is pretty much between you and me. Do you wanna correct your actions and change your attitude? Maybe we can keep this between ourselves, or am I gonna have to tell Mom when she gets home? Because I really want to keep you. You were a great cat. But if you're gonna keep pissing all over our stuff, man, I'm taking you back to the shelter. And you'd make a great outdoor cat for someone. But I'll give you your chance, man. Ratman. That's his name. Douglas Ratman. I name all of my pets after different characters from the video game Portal. Portal's my hands down favorite video game of all time. And let's see, our first pet that we ever got, okay. My wife and I, we picked up 2 cats. They were a package deal. If you wanted one, you had to get them both. And we picked up 2 cats, and we decided to name them Atlas and Peabody. Named after the 2 multiplayer characters in Portal. And then we got a hamster. And I named the hamster Wheatley. The personality sphere that you run into in the second Portal game. And then we decided to have a kid. We decided to have a kid, and we could not, for the life of us, come up with a good name. And I said, okay, tell you what. If they come out a dude, we're gonna name them Dean. I love the name Dean. Mostly because of the movie Iron Giant. And the character in the movie, one of the characters' movie names is Dean. Not the main character, but I just love how the Iron Giant says Dean. And it's just all, when I saw that as a kid, it stuck to me as like one of my favorite names. So if our kid ended up as a boy, they were gonna get Dean as a name. But if our kid was gonna be a girl, they were gonna get Chell, the main character of Portal. I was saving naming anything or anyone Chell for something really important, and it fits. It fits her perfectly. Chell is my wife and I's little main character for our lives now. Litter robots. When they fail. Do these litter robots have a known problem where they often fail, or you just giving me something else to fix if something breaks? I'm really curious if those litter bots have like an actual common problem or not. I don't got any smart litter boxes around here, at least. I don't know if there's a litter bot big enough for this big fat rat man. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself for just a second while this boots up. There we go. Right.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Beautiful, perfect, spectacular, amazing. Let's get on to the next one. We've got Thomas here with a brick. It's a brick. Alright, after that we've got William. Let's go ahead and let William know they're up next. Oh, okay. We got the blinkies there. Y'all know the drill. Expose. flip, attach. And attempt to restore. We're going to pwn it, reset it, attempt to restore it. What are we going to get? Give me the good stuff here. We're on a roll today. Let's keep it that way. Give me the good stuff. Nah, it's not going to work. It's hanging at that waiting for NAND stage. This specific step should only take... You shouldn't even be able to read this message. It should pass by so fast. So the fact that it's hanging on this means, unfortunately, for Thomas here, they've got a hardware issue. So, we'll go ahead and kill that. And we will let Thomas know that they've got a hardware issue here. I'll double check their repair form. If they opted for the hardware fix, whatever it takes, go for it, then that's what we'll do. But we've got a lot to go through here, so I just want to at least try to touch as many HomePods as we can today and triage, if not repair, as much as we can before I spend too much time on any individual HomePod, if you know what I mean here. So we know what this one's going to need. We'll go ahead and save it for the next stream. Maybe we will try to restore, or repair that logic board instead of replace it entirely. Well, okay. Sorry for the quick one, Thomas, but we got to keep things going here, and I've got to get a logic board prepared for your HomePod since it's it very well may need one. We'll move on for now. Let me get this crap off my finger. I don't know where this stuff keeps coming from. It's a complete mystery. Who knows? Okay. We have got William up here now with no power. After that, we're going to be looking at 333. Let's find out what that is. Oh, it's because I don't have their name. This, let's see. Oh, Daniel. There we go. All right. Okay. William! What is wrong with William? No lights, no power. The usual power draw from the wall for another dead diode. Let's see here. Mike, you got that black blinking volume button HomePod for free, right? Does the rubber base on the bottom, does it look like it's been taken off? If you start to peel it, you should see a bit of double-sided foam tape holding it down. And that double-sided foam tape should still be in one piece, like this, if nobody's been in there. If someone's been in there, when you peel this up, instead of the foam, you'll see just a straight up gap like that. Not sure if you notice the difference there, but I'm curious if someone gave it to you for free and the base has been removed before, then chances are someone already tried to restore, found it was a hardware issue, and that's why they gave it to you. Unless you know the guy that gave it to you and there's no shenanigans here, but based on your history of free HomePods, yeah, I wouldn't know with what you've got. The tape looked there. If you couldn't take it off and it was putting up too much of a fight, chances are it was never off. So we've got a good chance with that one. How much is shipping usually for HomePods? Within the US, depending on how small of a box you can fit it in, you can get shipping as cheap as like $8 to $10 each way. If you can fit your HomePod in an 8x6x6 box, heck, even like 9x7x7, still like $9 to $10 each way. For like USPS Ground Advantage, the slowest and cheapest, and it's not even that slow. It only takes up to 5 days. It's a pretty good deal. A lot of folks strongly prefer UPS Ground instead, and you will end up paying $12 to $15 usually each way for the same thing to get shipped. Now, if you're trying to ship a HomePod in its original box, you have to use obviously a bigger packing box, and it's going to weigh an extra 1.5 pounds. So you, instead of a 6-pound package for just the HomePod, now you have to pay for shipping an 8-pound package for the HomePod in the box, and that can range from $12 to like $17 or $18 depending on where it's coming from and where it's going. But I always recommend pirateship.com. I'm not sponsored or affiliated or anything with them. I get no kickbacks or perks whatsoever for plugging them, but I love Pirate Ship so much that I'm always happy to talk about them, because you get hands down the cheapest UPS and USPS shipping without having to make a corporate account and ship thousands of things to access a big discount. They'll get you like, I don't know if you've ever sold and shipped anything on eBay before, but if you ever have, you might have been surprised when you went to get a shipping label and it was like really cheap. Compared to getting the shipping label directly from UPS or USPS. And it's a similar thing with Pirate Ship. What I love about them too is you don't have to pay for an account. It's totally free to sign up and use Pirate Ship. There's no subscription, no monthly, no nothing. All you pay for are the labels. Unlike stamps.com, for example, they're giving you the exact same rates on shipping labels. But yet you have to pay for a subscription fee to use them. I think that's kind of silly. And the interface for Pirate Ship is just so simple and easy. I could figure it out. So if you're anything you ever ship, you should always check Pirate Ship and see if you can get a cheaper shipping label. I guarantee you it's going to be cheaper than going through UPS or USPS Direct. They don't do FedEx, and I don't do FedEx either. I don't like FedEx. Mike, how does a HomePod run away? Are you sure you don't have kids? All right, here we go. Another 48K dated Schottky diode. If you're surprised, you haven't seen enough of our streams here. Let's get that replaced. Discord helped you fix it. Oh, Discord for the win. Yes. Oh, I love those guys. Who helped you? Was it Zoom? Was it David himself? The myth, the man, the legend? If it was David, you better give him a big thank you. He's one of the guys that helped us figure out how to restore these things in the first place. I mean, without him, we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't be able to restore HomePods. So if it was David that helped you, give him a good old thanks. Big fingers crossed for you that you don't have any other issues there. If your chances are anything like what we've had the past few days, you've got good chances. Town Cat helped. Oh yeah. I think they're a fairly new person in there. They hopped in and I think they're the ones that got it working on Windows even. Well, it's not a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli, so I don't know how far past your patio that HomePod's gonna go, Mike. I would check your local hospitals and orphanages for any recent check-ins. I'll let you know if it shows up here. It might have just known where it was gonna go and said, I'll take myself there, thank you. Alright. Sorry, wife was texting me. As you could see, she's on her way home. She's asking if we want any... She wants to pick up any food for us along the way, so... I'm taking the hint that when she pulls into the driveway, that is my time up for the day. And, you know, I can't be upset about that. We've been going at it for 2.5 hours. We have, cleared up the past few days' queue, and we have finally caught back up to things that have shown up yesterday. That's caught up to me these days. It used to be I could fix stuff the same day it showed up and turn it around for shipping back out the next day. But can't do that for everyone when I've got 10 plus showing up every day. Do we have any other bricks that we can try before we... Ooh, we do have one more brick that we can maybe attempt to restore on while we're here. Oh no, but we gotta get 333 done. Dilemma. I'm gonna go ahead and start number 308 here. Let's let him know. Number 333, Mr. Daniel, I sincerely do apologize, but I don't think we'll have the time to run through yours today. How long should you wait for Gastrapone? It is stuck at setup. Gastrapone should only take a few seconds to run. if it's hanging at Gasterpone, then you either have a connection issue to your HomePod, or it's not in DFU mode, or there's a hardware issue on your logic board, probably the main SoC. But yeah, Gasterpone should only take a few seconds. I would confirm that you can see the HomePod connected in DFU mode with like Apple Configurator. Damn. It's not off to a good start though. That sounds a lot like you might be stuck with it. William, I just got your email, William. I don't know if you're watching here with us, but if you didn't get the hint from my emails, we are absolutely going to enjoy that coffee. Both my wife and I are snobs for our coffee, and I'm not even terribly picky. I just drink a lot of it. My wife is pickier than I am. She's got a taste for good coffee. She used to be a barista. And she knows how to make a freaking mean cup of coffee. So, the moment that I got your emails when you said that you packed your HomePod with Tim Hortons coffee, and I immediately jumped up and showed my wife, and I was like, "Oh, check this out! We got coffee coming in." And we have an Illy coffee machine. So you pour in the whole beans into a hopper, and it sucks the beans in and grinds it up for you and makes your coffee or espresso shot right then and there. And it's got a separate little chute that you can pour in pre-ground coffee. And I'm gonna try some of that Tim Hortons tonight. I don't care if it keeps me up. It won't keep me up. Coffee doesn't keep me up, and I don't know why. I mean, when I was a kid, I would be pounding those Starbucks, like those mocha drinks that you could buy at the store in the glass bottles. But I'd be drinking those things all the time, day and night. And people would keep telling me like, "Oh, well, you're lucky that you can drink those whenever you want. If I drank that, it'd keep me up all night." And that was always wild to me. Like, how does coffee keep you up? And then I learned that about caffeine and like what it's supposed to do. And I guess a lot of people with ADHD tend to get the opposite effect with coffee that most people get. It either just doesn't affect them, or it makes them, if anything, drowsy almost. Calms them down a little bit. And that's definitely the case for me. If I drink enough coffee, it calms me down and it puts me in a pretty good mood. And if I drink too much, sometimes I do get the jitters. But more often than not, it just makes me super drowsy. I get really tired. I'm not too sure then, Stefan. My gut says I've seen plenty of them now where they behave like yours, where it hangs at Gasterpone. I'm not sure what else you can try there. Oh, well, the fact that it shows in DFU mode means that you're connected. Whatever you're using to connect to it is working, and the HomePod is detecting that it is upside down and it should be in DFU mode. The only thing that I could think of left that would cause your behavior is either somehow your environment isn't set up correctly still. I think that's unlikely, but I think the more likely scenario is your logic board has some kind of hardware issue. Alright. William is alive. Which means, let's go ahead and take a look at number 308 here with the blinkies. Actually, let's get their name up on the screen here first.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Beautiful. William is all set and ready to go. We'll reset and update them, make sure this is A-OK. Also, like I was saying, William sent us some Tim Hortons coffee. I'm going to return them the favor, and their mesh is looking kind of dirty and dingy. I think they will be pleasantly surprised if we get this cleaned up and looking brand new for them. If I can't clean it up, I'm going to replace it. But that's how much I appreciate people sending me free food with their HomePods. You hook me up, I'll hook you up. Well, number 308 here, let's get your name up on the screen. You are the lucky last one that we'll be looking at here today. We are even skipping number 333 there. But that is mostly because I am out of time for today. And I know that this one will only take a few minutes to determine. Woo. Let's go ahead and cover that top up. I don't want to scratch that up, sliding it around my desk here. It is made of plastic. It scratches very easily. Let's get we only need one screw in this. Just to keep things in position. And goodness, if I'm not out of beer. Let's crack open another one. Cheers, folks. Yes, over my MacBook. Oh, that's good. That's tasty. Alright, we've got our USB plugged in. Let's connect power. Let's run our magic commands and hope for the best here. We'll pwn it, we'll reset it, and we'll attempt to restore. While this is going, I'll go ahead and get my screen share working again here. My IP is still .161. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's already errored out. Possibly invalid IBAC. Okay. I can't remember if that's the same as unable to send IBAC, or let me go to my guide and see here. What did we have? Invalid, possibly. Okay, there's two different errors when you see invalid IBAC. Possibly invalid IBAC and probably invalid IBAC. I can't remember the difference between the two. Let me find out here. Here it is. Okay, so unable to send IBAC is an issue with my version of iDevice Restore, but I'm not seeing unable to send IBAC. I'm seeing possibly invalid IBAC, which means we've got a logic board issue for sure here. Alright, so for number 308 here, unfortunately, it's not even just a logic board issue, but it's a logic board issue that I can't even try to fix if I wanted to. So we'll let number 308 know here the results of our software restore attempt. And let's see, 308 picked. Did number 308 here pick fix it at all costs, or did they pick fix it only if it needs the cheap fix? They picked fix it at all costs. So we'll let them know in any case. I've got to spend some time to get a logic board ready for number 308 here. And that's about it for here and now. So I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Of course, we've always got more waiting to get fixed. I had another 8 show up today, and I think we've only touched like 1 or 2 of those. We've only gotten caught up to yesterday's deliveries. So always more stuff to fix, and don't feel bad to reach out to me if you want to see if I am willing to fix what else you've got, be it a HomePod or anything else. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I hope to catch you in the next one.